Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
I'm Caitlin Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News here on the Wax. We appreciate that. We have a lot to talk about. So first, let's say hello to meteorologist Scott Gagliardi. Get the details on that first alert weather day. So not only is it going to be hot, but it's the humidity too, right?
Isn't it always? It's not the heat that gets you.
Yeah,
it's the humidity.
Friend right on your shoulder.
Yeah,
He doesn't mind.
Perry
doesn't
he's
mind.
hanging out. Tomorrow, though, the storms are for some, the first alert weather day is for storms.
Okay.
But
today's heat.
Well, today's your birthday, obviously. Happy birthday.
Bring the heat.
Tracy, bringing it always. I know I told you in the last half hour the coldest birthday. I found it.
Yeah, what is it?
49 degrees in 1989.
Oh,
49
wow. So I was
degrees.
10.
You were
so
10.
I didn't
Wow.
remember it.
That's great. Yeah, exactly. You're right. The hottest was probably in the Carolinas for you, though.
Probably,
So,
yeah.
As far as what it looks like out here right now, though, it's a warm day. We're seeing a beautiful shot. This is Perry. He's been with us for at least an hour right now, just hanging out in the morning. Yeah, right. First alert weather day today. The heat and the humidity, 90 to 95. It certainly is warm. Manageable, though. Tomorrow, it's very hot. I mean, high end of the charts, 95 to 105, and some thunderstorms late day could really cause an issue. Today, we're just fine. We're going to take you through, though, tomorrow because this cold front will be approaching. Still tomorrow, waking up to a warm, humid start to the day, and then throughout the afternoon, these thunderstorms, some of which could be strong and likely severe, will pack a punch. Some wind gusts will be the biggest threat with that. And behind that cold front, things clear, looking at high pressure building in. But today and tomorrow, it's that heat and that's that humidity, a heat advisory for everybody shaded in that orange there. 70s right along the immediate I-95 corridor, 75 right now in New Haven, 70 in Chester, 60s for everybody else. We're going to go into much more detail about what to expect for tomorrow and another first alert weather day on Sunday. All those details are coming up in less than 10. Good morning, Kate.
Hey, good morning, Scott. Good morning, everyone. 7:02 here on your Thursday. If you're just joining us on the Wax, we do appreciate that. Off to a pretty good start here in terms of that morning commute. So if you're heading to work, getting ready to head out and bring the kids to summer camp, maybe you're planning a trip to the shoreline, Connecticut State Parks and Beaches will be very busy. Get there early. Live look here, 91 north and southbound in Hartford, moving along very nicely here as we are in New Britain along Route 9. This is a stretch that we see a lot of daytime construction work as well, Route 9, Route 72. So just heads up on that. None right now. Live look outside in Vernon along 84 east and westbound by exit 65 off Hartford Turnpike, and here in Meriden along 91 north and southbound. Some heavier traffic volume through that stretch, pretty typical for this time of morning. But as you can see, we're off to a nice, beautiful start here. Grab the sunglasses. Sun glare could be an issue. Again, no crashes to tell you about, but normal delays, especially down through Fairfield County here. 95 southbound towards the George Washington Bridge and the Parkway, slowing down. That's a check at your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
All right, we'll continue our coverage now of that first alert weather day. There's more hot weather on the way today.
Waterbury's mayor announced the city's keeping pools open a little longer to help families out here. Your reporter Taylor Knight is live there right now with ways to stay cool and safe.
Caitlin and Tracy, the pool will be a great place to be today, maybe a good place to celebrate a birthday later today. And the pools here in Waterbury will be open until 8 o'clock both tonight and tomorrow night. The city announced that it is extending pool hours to help keep everyone safe and cool the next couple of days. That includes the pools here at Hamilton Park, as well as Washington and Fulton Parks. Some other things to keep in mind during this hot weather: wear lightweight, light-colored clothing, drink more water than usual, and try to stay in the air conditioning as much as possible. If you don't have AC at home, your local library is usually a good place to hang out for a bit to get out of the hot temperatures. And you can always dial 211 to find a cooling center in your hometown. Your reporter live in Waterbury, Taylor Knight, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, we are tracking breaking news right now happening internationally. Officials in Russia have found a passenger plane that crashed in the eastern part of the country. This video showing the site of the crash, and you can see that smoke billowing over the trees there. Officials say there were 49 people on board this plane, including 5 children.
In New Haven, a young person has been arrested after they stole a car and then crashed it into another vehicle. Police say this happened at the intersection of Webster Street and Winchester Avenue yesterday. The driver, who was under 18, got out of the car and ran away and then was found hiding in someone's yard. Police say the driver of the other car was not hurt.
Happening right now, I-95 South in Stonington back open after a deadly motorcycle crash caused it to close for almost 10 hours yesterday. That crash causing major headaches for drivers in that area for the second straight day. Police say the motorcycle slammed into a tractor trailer, and it happened not far from the scene of a bank robbery. Police have not connected those two incidents, but we'll keep you updated.
Well, right now, millions of Americans are trying to figure out how they will repay their student debt after the government paused their loan forgiveness plan.
Your reporter Roger Susanin is live in studio right now. And Roger, people in Connecticut are going to feel this pinch.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people here in Connecticut will feel the pain from this because 500,000 people in our state actually have student debt. And now the only remaining college loan forgiveness plan has been 86th. At least for right now. So let me break it down for you because it is pretty complicated. Right now, about 2 million people are enrolled in the Department of Education's Income-Based Repayment Plan, or IBR. And as its name suggests, people would make payments directly tied to their income level. And perhaps most importantly, that plan would forgive student debt after 20 years. But now Department of Education leaders are pausing that program, they say, to comply with a recent court decision that halted 3 similar programs. Now, as a result, right now, despite former President Joe Biden's efforts, there aren't any legal student loan forgiveness programs in the United States. Now, President Trump, of course, has criticized loan forgiveness plans in the past, although his new spending bill will create one next year. The big change, though, is that borrowers will have to pay that over 30 years before their debt is actually erased. Live in the studio, I'm Roger. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Roger, thank you. Well, nearly a year after a state police chaplain was killed on his motorcycle, the driver accused of hitting him and then taking off is now under arrest. Reverend Paul Krampitz died on Route 9 in Cromwell last September after being hit by another vehicle. Now, 25-year-old Gabriel Figueroa of New Britain has been charged with negligent homicide. Police say he told them he panicked after the crash and kept driving, but then later returned to the scene. Reverend Krampitz was also the chaplain for the police and fire departments in Cromwell and a pastor at the Bethany Lutheran Church in town.
This morning, state leaders say they are reviewing next steps after Connecticut Children's Hospital announced plans to phase out its gender-affirming care program for patients under the age of 19. Now, the Trump administration issued an executive order in January threatening to pull federal aid from hospitals that do not end their programs. The hospital says it's communicating with families and doctors who will be directly impacted.
This morning, the Southington Water Department is encouraging people in the Plantsville area to run cold water through their faucet for a few minutes if you have any discolored water. Officials say increased demand during the summer has led to higher levels of manganese. The mineral is found in soil and rock and is safe at low levels. The department is adjusting its treatment process to make that discoloration go away.
And as we get a check of your First Alert forecast on this First Alert weather day, it's looking beautiful out there right now. And most of the day is going to feature a lot of sunshine. It's just going to get quite warm and humid. So that feels like temperatures approaching, they'll say 90 to 95 degree range. But if you want some relief, head to the shoreline. Here's a live look in Old Saybrook. There are a few clouds out there right now. But if you're heading out towards the beaches, those will be gone by the time you get there. First Alert live radar is scanning the state dry, and it will throughout the day today and the first part of tomorrow, but storms come in on your Friday afternoon, and some of those could be on the stronger side. Right now, we're noticing across southern New England, there's a batch of high, thin clouds. Those, though, continue to dissipate over the next couple of hours. So as mentioned, heading to the beach. Looks good out there. Temperatures climbing anywhere from 80 to about 88 degrees by this afternoon. Long Island Sound, nice and mild, 73 degrees. High tide coming in mid to late morning, and that UV index is a 9. There are some strong thunderstorms not only tomorrow, but possibly for part of the weekend. We'll detail exactly when you can expect those coming up in just a few minutes. Kate?